What's going on, everybody? TK here, TK and Drinks, and we got another honest mead review coming at you. And today we're doing a continuation in the homebrew review series. If you've been following along on the Instagrams over there, I've been talking to a few homebrewers, had a few homebrewer interviews coming up, and just kind of been bringing the whole homebrew community and vibe and everything and feel into the TK and Drinks world, and expanding on that with these reviews and all that stuff. So one of those interviews that I got to do was with the man Stephen Phillips over there at Sidetrack Mead, and he was kind enough to send us a couple bottles. Unfortunately, these weren't here in time for doing his interview, but we got them now, and we're gonna go ahead and give those a couple reviews. And we're doing a double feature today, a double header, whatever you want to call it. Got two meads for the price of one review. So if you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, go ahead, hit me up with that subscribe, hit me up with that notify bell, hit me up with a follow over on the socials, hit up Sidetrack, do all that type of stuff over there on the Instagrams as well. It's greatly appreciated. So, first one we're going to be getting into today is Sidetrack Mead's Meadowfoam Traditional. Now this one is a session stuff. Most of the stuff, if not, I believe all the stuff he does is sessions. I think he does a handful that are not. But this one is a Meadowfoam Traditional at 7%, and it is going to be a still. I see a lot of the session meads being in stills, so it's very interesting. The one of his that I have had so far was really nicely done. It was a Jamaica one, like a hibiscus. It was very nice, tart, and pleasant. So I'm definitely interested to see where this one gets us. So as I'm talking, as I'm doing, let's get this thing cracked open so we can get that slow pour going on. And like I said, go give Sidetrack a follow over there on Instagram, because I don't believe he's got a Sidetrack Mead page on the Facebooks or anywhere else. Oh yeah, it's smelling absolutely wonderful. So here we go with the slow pour. Alright, so that was a good looking slow pour. Definitely not on the still side as I was thinking. Definitely going to be on that lightly sparkling, which looks good, nice and bubbly and fizzy for that slow pour. But so it's going to be a sparkling Meadowfoam honey, 7% traditional. I believe it's going to be on the semi-sweet side if memory serves. Go check out the interview. I'll put the link around here somewhere and give that a watch. See what he says, get the full little background on this one. From what I can see, we've got a ring of bubbles around the outside, clinging ever so nicely, looking like a nice cider, maybe like a champagne as far as the amount of head that we have left on here. Certainly developing a brilliancy to it. Lightly hazy, I guess, would be a much more safe call for that one. But you know, you don't always get the nice brilliant clarity with everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. You've got plenty of these meads that we've had have been anything but brilliant, but everything including delicious. So not going to knock it down too much for that. Let's get our scorecard out here and get going straight away. Keep up with our new traditional style here. New traditional, that sounds so stupid. But so visuals definitely looking good. I was gonna go ahead and give it that 5 like we usually do. So giving it that 5, you know, I like to start at like a 50 and work my way down. You know, this thing's not perfect in the clarity. Definitely has like a light straw color hue to it, which is really nice. You know, for a traditional, has that honey color that you would expect to it. No floaties or particulates, which is definitely nice. And then again, the bubbles in there. I haven't seen any legs yet. We'll come back and revisit that after we drink it up. As we do swirl it though, we do get a good fair burst of some bubbles. Ooh, definitely a bit vinous on there. Wonder if it was the champagne yeast, and that's through the natural carbonation from that yeast, or if he added tablets in there. But definitely a fun smell as far as that goes. Do get a light Meadowfoam, so it's gonna be like a light marshmallowy, toasted marshmallow, lightly caramel type of character to it. No alcohol notes to speak of. Very mild in its presentation as far as aromatics go. But you know, whatever's there is definitely is there. Like I said, you get the Meadowfoam honey characteristics. You get that little bit of carbonation, type of degassing, type of zippiness in the air to it. So you know, as far as bouquet and aroma, and go ahead and hit that off with the. We'll give it an 8 because it is a hydromel, and it does have a strong amount of nose compared to other hydromels I've had. So definitely enjoying that. So let's give that an 8. Let's get into that flavor too. So nice Meadowfoam character to it. Again, you get that very light essences of that earthy, coconutty, marshmallowy type of characters that you get from the Meadowfoam honey. You definitely get a bit of zip in there. I don't know if it's a champagne yeast or whatever type of yeast he uses in there, or if it's from like carb tablets, or if it's bottle carb or whatever. But definitely has that zippiness to it that it's supposed to have. Very light, very refreshing, bright. It's actually very well balanced the more I drink it. Like I said, I think I might personally want like a little bit pinch more of acidity to it, just to zip it up and brighten it up a little bit more, to give a little bit of counter. I think it's got plenty of sweetness, plenty of honey character to it, but maybe something, and definitely has a nice tannic presence to it, a light tannic presence that builds the more you drink it. But definitely a little bit more of acidity, more something just to brighten it up and punch it up a little bit. So let's hit this one off with hit that one off with a 20. Overall, do another 8 on that. 8 and 8 is 16, 36, and 5 is 41. Yeah, so this is, again, 41 out of 50. Probably one of my favorite hydromels I've had ever, because it has a nice true honey characteristic to it. A lot of the session ones that I have this, I don't know if it's because they're over carbonated. Maybe they use a different method than this cat used, or something. But all the carbonated ones that I've had sessions have this like funky characteristic to them that I don't get out of still meads. This one, not funky, bright, refreshing, true Meadowfoam honey characteristics in the flavor, and very pleasant. So thank you for being here today. Appreciate y'all. Again, hit me up on the socials, follow, subscribe, notify, all that stuff's appreciated. And I'll see you here in a few seconds when I get to that Tepache. Alright, we're back here with that Tepache mead, Tepache, and I'm sure I'm butchering that because my Spanish is absolutely terrible. But if you've never had a Tepache mead or know what it is a lightly carbonated, lightly fermented, spiced pineapple, almost like a light pineapple cider. It's from Mexico. They use like the whole pineapple. Actually, from what I understand, traditionally they would just use the rind of the pineapple, some brown sugar called piloncillo, and it comes in like a cone shape, and crush that all up and put it in there, and then maybe some like cinnamon or other spices. Maybe not cinnamon, but other spices and stuff. Definitely some peppers, and help zest it up. Let it naturally or wild fermentate. Let it naturally or wild ferment for a couple days until it has this it's a low ABV, anywhere from like 5 to 7%. I think even 7% is getting kind of high. I think more like 5-6%, 4 to 6% is probably what you would find naturally out there. It's going to be bright, it's going to be spicy, it's going to have like a citrusy punch to it, that nice pineapple flavor to it. So from what I understand, Steven over there did a phenomenal job with this one. So let's get straight away into this, and we'll get another slow pour going. So as I've been saying all along, go give him a follow over on the Instagrams, and give him a follow. Actually, I think he's just on the Instagram, like I've been saying all along, if I can pay attention to myself. So here we go with the slow pour number 2 coming at you. Alright, straight away, man, that bright pineapple character is just hitting me right in the face. It's aromating throughout the whole room. It's just like a pineapple stain in here all of a sudden, like somebody's juicing pineapples over in the corner or something. That's that pungent aromatic. Definitely got the fermentation to that pineapple as well. A bright, zesty, that yeasty type of character that comes along with that fermentation. A little bit pungent. But so much true pineapple character in there as well. It almost tastes like, it almost smells like, again, like a pineapple whip or something like that, like you had I'm expecting it to be like candied pineapple, or like a pineapple like delicatessen treat, something that has like sugared pineapple. So imagine the honey is doing its trick. And if I remember right, it had a blend of honeys, like an orange blossom, a star thistle, and like wildflower honey. And then the pineapple, maybe some pineapple juice. I don't think he added any extra pineapple juice. And then the piloncillo, the brown sugar, and then I think some there might have been a bit of pepper in there, which might be adding to that kind of pinch of metallic-y, vegetative, metallic-y type of aromatic to it. Definitely smelling there, good there. Let's get this. So aromatics bouquet, again, very well developed balance to it. Nice honey expressions from the sweetness in there. It adds that candiness to the pineapple. A little bit of the fermentation character. I don't necessarily say any alcohol, but definitely fermentation esters, fermentation notes in there. Strong notes there. 8. Let's give it a solid. I'm gonna bump it down. Let's give it a 7. Gonna give it a 7. It's solid for what it's supposed to be, but I feel like it could probably be better, brighter, stronger for what it could be. I've never had any other Tepaches to compare it against, so let's just stick with the average for this one. Not kick it up too high, but let's not sink it down low either. On appearance, almost brilliant clarity, very well developed clarity on it. Medium golden color, light to medium gold. Again, true honey character to it. Pineapple yellow would probably be, strong honey colored pineapple. All those, any one of those colors. No floaties, no particulates going on in there. Nothing, no bubbles certainly, no legs to speak of. Now this one again, I think is like 6%. So 6% is not going to probably produce a whole lot of residual sugars left over in there. So for the appearance, color, clarity, legs, carbonation, that's doing what it's supposed to do. Just give it that, give it the old TK and Drinks 5. It's probably going to be something that's going to come back to haunt me in the future. Oh yeah. Tart, bright, spicy peppers up front. Tartness from the fermentation. You get that very true tart pineapple character, like not like overly sweet pineapple at all. It certainly doesn't come across as sweet as it smells. You do get that like juicy, rindy type pineapple. Like the closer you get your pineapple to the rind, it gets that like thicker, harder, firmer, kind of less pineapple-y and just more like natural light pineapple type of character to it. That's the character that comes through in this. The heat comes on really strong. It's still hanging around a little bit, but it's definitely subsiding away. So I wouldn't say this is in an overly spiced category. I'd say it's probably on the heavy end of just right for me personally. So yeah, this one definitely not. Probably not going to be any spicier than this that I would be able to sit there and drink like a full bottle or have multiple pours of, because some of these when it gets so spicy it just builds up and then like there's not really a payoff because you don't really get to enjoy the rest of the flavor. You're just drinking hot, and with my meads I want to be able to enjoy all the flavors, not just one of the characteristics in there. But I really don't care for that particular flavor, but again, it's there for that capsamel type of addition to the Tepache. Now this is actually a mead, so a real Tepache wouldn't have any honey in it. It would just be that fermented pineapple, and the piloncillo would be the fermented sugar source in addition to the pineapple. So unfortunately I don't have a lot to compare it to, but the few that I have had definitely seem to be in this realm. The peppers, everything. So let's, we're gonna call this one on style, but I can't say that it, wows. Just again, same with in the aromatics. So we're gonna hit this one off with the. Let's go ahead and hit it off with a solid 19, and then overall impression. I'm definitely impressed. So let's give it an 8 out of there as well. So 8 and 7 is 15, and 5 is 20, and 19. So we got 39. So 39 out of 50 for the Tepache from Sidetrack Mead. I wish I had more kind of reference to draw from to give you like better descriptions and better references to counterbalance this and that and the other thing, but the flavors that are here are very nice. It's drinkable. It's not overly spicy. So I called this one a win. So if you're trading with Mr. Sidetrack over there, definitely reach out and see if you can try this one, get a little taste of something you might not have had before. I'm glad I did. So thank you for being here for this double header from the Meadowfoam, from the Tepache, TK and drink style. I hope to see you on the next review. Follow, subscribe, notify bell. Appreciate all that stuff.